I'm Mark Reiswig. I'm a pastor at Catalyst Church, and I'm here right now at Landmark School. And I have the privilege of being someone that gets to help you, guide you along with the steps that you're going to take in order to get involved in a school just like this. Perhaps a school that's close to your church. Maybe it's a school that you drive by every single day, but you've never made a difference there. You've never made an impact there, but it's time for you to do so. And I'm here to tell you exactly how to do that through some easy, simple, and tangible steps. What you want to do is start with any natural relationships that you already have in the school. If not, then go ahead and contact the principal and be sure to let him or her know who you are and what your intent is. And that's just to meet the needs of that particular school. Now keep in mind, one email might not be enough. You might need to send a follow-up email or make an appointment with this principal in order to make what you want to do real and personal. Now, let's move on to the questions that you might ask to discover the needs of this particular school. Questions you might want to start with is, if you had 25 to 30 volunteers come to your school this weekend, what projects would you like them to do in order to make a positive impact on your school? Or perhaps if you were to receive a $5,000 grant today for your school, how would you spend it? What are the greatest needs of your school? Or what are some exciting things that are happening right now in the school? These questions will not only help you get to know the needs of the school, but also get to know the school itself. Remember, the school isn't just ink on paper or a grade or demographics. This school is full of people with hearts, stories, and needs. And if you need to, you can ask more pointed questions like, are there any things that don't get cleaned as much as you would like them to and need some spring cleaning? Is there any landscaping on your campus that needs to be done? Is there any room on your campus that needs a fresh coat of paint? After you've asked these questions, be sure to do this. Sit back and listen. This will show them that you have no agenda except to serve and to love this school. The next thing that you want to do is to edit and finalize the list of projects to be done at this particular school. Now remember, stay flexible. You're here to meet the needs of this school. Before you take another step, you want to get the permission from the district office to do this project. Here's what that looks like. Ask the principal if there's any forms, any procedures, any policies that you need to follow or fill out in order to make this happen. Now, if you're not the project leader yourself, then what you want to do is identify someone within the four walls of your church to take this project, to make it their own so that they can lead volunteers on this special day to make a difference at this school campus. What you'd want to do with this person is visit the school personally, take a tour, and find out exactly what you're going to do and what it looks like. Now it's time to gather resources for your project. And here are some different places that you can look. First, look into the PTO or the PTA of the school. Also, look into people at your own church. What are things that they could bring to make this a great project? Look at your church budget. And of course, look at the community. This would include local businesses and people that don't even attend your church, or people that are connected with this school somehow and would love to help out. The next step is to recruit volunteers and promote this to your church. Remember to cast vision as something that's bigger than one church and it's bigger than one school. In fact, it's bigger than just a single service day. This is for long-term partnerships between churches and schools. In fact, my wife volunteers at this school every single Monday just as a way to continue the relationship and continue the partnership between our church and Landmark School. And remember, this whole thing is designed to come right alongside what you're already doing, plug right into your mission. You just continue to mobilize volunteers and make a difference in your community. Now let's talk about preparing your volunteers for the workday itself. Let's stay practical. Remind them of the address, remind them of the tools they need to bring, remind them how to be dressed. Now let's talk about for a moment how this project might be different than anything else you've ever done. Keep in mind, there will be people on the work site at the school that are not from your church. There will be people there that are not necessarily Christian. So prepare your volunteers to not assume that everyone's from their church or everyone's a Christian, and to not isolate themselves, but to go out and to meet other people with the love of Jesus Christ. And for the school, it's a great experience when at the end of the day, the project is complete and it's all cleaned up, where they can come back the next week, open up the doors, and have a greater school experience, all because of what you and your group has done. And remember, whatever ways you found best to thank your volunteers, be sure to do that, because they're the ones that made all of this happen. And just one more thing. What you've done on this project is you've started a relationship with a school. Continue it, build the trust, and see what happens when churches and schools connect.